Welcome to Use Your Scraps for July 2026, where I'll turn this into this. This layout was inspired by one created by Deborah K. Fish, who posted hers in the Creative Memories Virtual Crop Facebook group on April the 24th, 2025, as part of the Scraps to Stories Layout Challenge. You can visit that group if you'd like to see her original. Let's get started by choosing your papers.
Okay, paper. I think it's 6 different patterns from my scraps. I'm also going to use some cardstock. This is another piece, so that's maybe 7. You can reuse one of the other ones. I just happen to use that one. I have 3 colors of cardstock for that little banner. Again, you need less than 2 punches with one of the Border Maker cartridges, so scraps are fine for that. I'm also going to use some navy for punches and navy for photo mats. But that is all optional, and you can use whatever you have in terms of paper. You can reuse it, so just grab your scraps, whatever you think is going to work with your photos, and I'm sure it's going to be fine. Tools, you're definitely going to want your 12-inch trimmer. I also used my personal trimmer as well, photo trimmer I think they call it now. You can probably just use this one, but I find this one is very helpful. The Border Maker system definitely will be used. The banner cartridge is the one that I used. I also used a variety of shape punches. So I used a square. I also used cake. The double balloon and the love punch. Again, whatever's going to work with your photos is what you can use, depending on the theme. Mine's a birthday theme, so these kind of worked a little better. And of course, you're going to want your tape runner. I'm using Repo because we're doing a few pieces that need to line up, just so. Repo is always a better option for that. Multi-purpose tool, of course. I'll also be using a journal pen, black one. Again, that's optional for you. And scissors are also very helpful. I'm using the micro tip because they don't, nothing sticks to them. So if I have any glue or tape on my page, or on my pieces of paper, that'll cut through it and the paper won't stick to the blades. I also pulled a variety of different sticker sheets that had things on there that I thought would work well for birthdays. So you can just have those close by for when we get to the towards the end of the project. Okay, so I'm going to start with punching out the squares. I'm using the square punch, and this one measures 1.75 inches, so 1 3/4 inch squares. So if you don't have this punch, you can just cut it with your trimmer, but the squares will be 1 3/4 inches. Okay, I'm just going to grab my scraps here, and you probably need 2 or 3 of each pattern. So you can punch a couple. You can always punch a few extra after the fact if you don't have enough. So I think in this blue dot, I'm going to cut, let's see, I need my trimmer here. Maybe 2 of this one. Let's go with this. So craft brown. I think I'm going to do 3. Looks like I can fit 3 on here of this one. And if you have space, lining up the patterns on here may be an option too, because you can just use that pattern as part of your decoration. Okay, let's see. How many can I fit on here, I wonder? See if I can get 3. I think I can. Some of these papers are from the birthday, I think it was called Birthday Blues or something. Some of it is from a celebration pack, which was an advisor exclusive. This is from a secret box. So it's all little bits and pieces of everything that I kind of pulled out that I had on hand. Okay. So this one is an example. So like if I could fit my square in the happy birthday, it might be nice to be able to use that as an actual embellishment as well. I think I want another one of those. Do I have more? I do have more of that paper. Let's grab one more. Let's see. Okay, this gray one, I'm going to do 3 on this one. I think I can probably fit. 1, maybe not, maybe 2, we'll see. See how close I can get there. 2, I should be able to do 3, perfect. I think I want more of the lines if possible. There we go, there's that one. Some balloons. So you're going to end up cutting 20 squares in all, I think it is. Balloons. Extra balloons. And one more. And let's try for some of these stars. Still gonna have scraps left over by the looks of it. Couple of these. Let's see if I can get one more out of this corner. Yep, perfect. That's using up your scraps, look at that. Okay, let's see, I think I might have 20 now. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect, and I still got paper left over. So, I mean, you can use the same paper for your photo mats if you want. I wanted something a little darker for mine, so I think I'll just stick with the cardstock. Okay, I'm going to punch with the banner now. Housing. Punching the banner in platinum shimmer cardstock. You can kind of see the shimmer there. Not a great color on this mat for you guys to see it, but I'll put something behind it there so you can see it a bit better. Okay. Let's bring over this mat here. so you can see what I've got here. There we go. I think that's better. So you're also going to want to cut the banner in 3 other colors. So I think, if I remember correctly, here we go. You may have seen me create a border earlier this year for my son's birthday page, and this is the paper that I used, and this was what was left over. So I think instead of punching them again, I'm just going to reuse them, because all we're going to do is punch out, or sorry, cut off some of these little flags and add them to the flags here. So you'll need 3, whatever 3 colors you want for your flags. 1 in each color, and again, you can use some of the colors of your scraps if you have a few left over, but I'm just going to reuse those because we are trying to use up scraps, and those are definitely scraps. Okay, I'm going to want a couple of photo mats. So I'm going to cut 2 that are 4x6, and I'm using navy cardstock. Again, use whatever you want, use your same scraps, whatever works with your photos. So I'm going to punch out shapes. You may want to wait till you have your layout done to see what you want to add, but I know that I'm going to use some of this stuff, so I'm just going to punch out a cake for sure. I think this looks like a mustache. Reminds me of the Pringles man. Oh, there it is. So there's a cake. I think I'll do a love letters as well. And I'll probably hang on to these just in case I want to use those. And the balloons, so I already had some balloons punched again from that previous border, so I'm going to try and reuse those. And I think that might be it for everything that I want to punch out. So the only thing left to do in terms of prep work is the banner. Let me have a look here and see what we have. So I'll probably start with, because they have to go in order, I'll probably start with the yellow and then go, let's see, the middle one is off on this one. There we go, one was backwards, that's why. So I'll probably start with yellow this time and then do white and blue. So you have to do the 3, because they're all pointed in different directions and they're a little bit of a different size. So I think, yeah, I'll start with the yellows. I'll grab my scissors, and it's going to be every 3rd one. So you probably have a full banner punch if you're doing this one. So it will be every 3rd banner. It's every 2nd one on mine because I've already cut one off, but it is every 3rd banner. So you want the same one every time. If you want to see how I did it originally, you can check out the border that I made here on YouTube. I think it was called Birthday, I want to say. I ended up really not liking the border, so that's why I took it apart and decided to reuse parts of it. It didn't really go with the pictures once I had them all printed, and so I like this new option much better. So for the white ones, I'm cutting out what would be the middle banner. And then for the blue, it'll be the ones that are 3rd. And then it's the fun part of sticking them all onto the base banner, which is what I used the platinum shimmer for. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to set all of these extra pieces aside for the moment. And I'm just going to work on the banner. So let me make sure, yeah, there we go. So grab your repositionable tape. And you're going to want to put some on each of the little flags. I think this is the quickest way to do it. And we're going to start with whatever color you want to start with, whichever one you cut off for your first flags. Just repeat that every third. So yellow was my first one. Oops. Three. It's easy if you have pattern paper to see which way they go. But if you have cardstock, like I have for the rest of mine, you may find that you have to flip them. Maybe this one needs to be flipped. There we go. Well, it looks better now. And there. There, one more white. And then the blue. So let's see, which way does the blue go? No, I think the other way. Yes. Okay, we are getting there. Almost. Okay, one more. And there we go. So that's the banner part done for the layout. Okay, so let's lay out all of our squares and get the layout underway. So this is a page that I made as a sample for the opposite side. So I figured I would put it all on the Layout Studio, kind of lay out our squares so we kind of get an idea of how we want it to look. And we can move things around then if we're not happy with it. So I'm just going to start with grabbing some of the magnets and kind of getting an idea of how I want my squares to look. So just kind of roughly putting them here, and then if I don't like the order, I can move them around. Let's see what else I got here. I like that happy birthday one. And let's go with, it's very similar. Let's go with this one. Let's move the ruler for a moment. Let's see, what haven't I used yet? The balloons maybe. So we'll get 6 across the top. And then coming down, let's see what we got. Haven't used the yellow stars yet. Let's put that one there. And another happy birthday one. Let's try another gray. Just kind of go through them and figure out what order you want to put them in. I like the visual you get from the Layout Studio. You can kind of get a good idea of how you want everything to look. Let's see. What else? Okay, I'll only use one of the stars. Let's go that way. And I think we'll only use one of those. And let's go since I used that one. And one, let's see, yellow. I did buy extra magnets for the board just so I would have enough to do my full 2-page layouts. Gray, what we got left here? Balloons. Let's see, we have yellow and brown left. I think yellow, yeah, so I don't want 2 yellows next to each other. And then the brown. I think I got a good mix there. Might want to move a couple around. I don't know if these 2 yellows are too close together, but I think it's okay. And if I want to follow the other side, I'll put the banner kind of across here. Okay, and I have 2, where are my photo mats? Here we go. So 2 photo mats this time. So probably you won't need to overlap the outsides as much. And of course you can do vertical or horizontal photos. I have vertical photos, so I'm using all vertical, but yeah, you could easily swap them and do, you know, 2 horizontal and 2 vertical, whatever works with your photos. So I know I'll put this here for this photo. So these are birthday photos of Jacob, and the kids do not like to have their photos shown online. So I do have a cake one there. I'll probably trim that one down now shortly, but that one will go in here. And then I'll start putting in some of these things I punched out. So like you saw, I saw the cake on that side, so maybe I'll do similar on this side. The brown, maybe different color this time. We've got the balloons, which look really good on the yellow, so I'll probably stick with that. Maybe do the mirror image on this side, just to kind of get an idea. Got more balloons here. I'm thinking down this corner, perhaps. And if I decide to use the love one again. Let's see, looks good on the gray, I think. Yeah, and I do have all those other stickers that I kind of pulled aside, so I'm kind of happy with that. I still have room to do a title or journaling there if I want to. So there we go. I think I'm pretty happy with that. So I'm just going to lower the studio and start adhering. Okay, that's fun. Let's start the fun part. So I'm going to recommend that we adhere the corners first. So I'm using this base paper. I didn't mention my base paper, but you can just put this right on a piece of cardstock or a refill page, whatever it is you want to build your layout on. So I am going to start in the corners because I just think it's easier to build the layout from that way. So I'm just going to make sure my paper is actually centered, which is kind of hard with all these magnets on there, but it's pretty close anyway, I think. There we go. And I'm going to use the ruler that comes with it just to give me a guideline. So I'm going to start in this corner. So I'm just going to, for now, I'm going to move the balloons. And this is where I recommend the repositionable. So I'm going to put the layout ruler here. Line it up on the 10 and the 2. So it's about 2 inches in from the edge of your paper. And I'm going to bring it up about a 1/4 of an inch from the bottom here. So this will put that first piece about a 1/4 of an inch from the top and the bottom, like so. And I think I'll do the other corner first as well. Same thing, about a 1/4 of an inch down. So So it's hitting the ruler at the 10 on the top here and at the 2 on the bottom, or reverse, depending on how your ruler is laid out. Okay, and actually, I'm gonna go ahead and stick those 2 balloons on so I don't lose them. All right, now for the next one, I'm gonna come up about 3/8 of an inch instead of a quarter. So that's, sorry, 3/16 of an inch. So that's just 1, 2, 3 little ticks on your ruler. If you're doing inches, if you're doing centimeters, about a half centimeter should do it for you. I find the centimeter ruler does a much better, it's much easier with the halves as opposed to counting out 3, but whatever works best for you. So 3/16 roughly between each one. If they're a little bit off, that's fine because you will have a little bit to play with on the end. And I'm just bumping the squares right up against the ruler to keep them straight. And it helps me measure the distance between each piece as well. Oh, I think I moved it. Yep, I did. And so this one should be pretty much at 8, I think. Let me move my banner. So that will go over the top right there. So there you go. So that's your first row done. So it doesn't matter which side you go next, but again, I do recommend the corner first. It does just seem to help keep them a little bit more evenly spaced for some reason. Move that over for a moment. So again, at the 10 and the 2-inch mark, you can put your ruler. I'm gonna do the centimeter side. Actually, I'm gonna do the first one at a quarter because I'm not quite sure what that is in centimeters. So I'm gonna do the 1/4 of an inch up. And in, there we go. And now if I switch to the centimeters, let's see. So yeah, it's a little bit, let's see, 7 millimeters, it looks up from the bottom. So if you've done that one, 7 millimeters, if you're using centimeters. It's not my intention to give you a math lesson today. I'm going to do the top corner and then continue on. I think I'll go ahead and stick down that cake as well as I'm going. So again, 3/16 of an inch or half a centimeter, 5 millimeters is a good measurement there. Just going to tuck this photo over for a minute out of the way. There we go. And one more on this side. Let's move that banner on top again. I'm actually going to move it down a little bit while I attach attach the final side. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and stick these punches on just so they're there. Let's grab our ruler again. So I'm going to move this banner just for a moment. And line up the top here. Again at the 10 and 2-inch marks. We should be pretty close. May stand up here and have a look. Might be off slightly. Let's see, I think one might be a little bit higher. Oh yeah, I can see that this one is squished now. I've been using this Layout Studio standing up to attach everything, and I have to say, I find it so much better. Everything goes on so much straighter when I do that. Okay. So let's see here. 3/16. Here we go again. Throw my extra magnets in my little container. If you got the Layout Studio, hopefully you got it at the beginning when they first launched and you were able to get one of those little containers for free. Okay. I am liking this so far. I hope you are too. I'm liking how it turned out. One, 2, 3, 16ths, and one more. Three 16ths. Look at that. So that might be a little. Ooh, I think that one's a little squish. Might be a little bit off in the spacing between, but it's pretty close. There we go. I think I'm going to go ahead and attach that banner now while I'm here. And I have it pretty much starting at the 2-inch mark so that it comes right over the top of this square. So from 2 to 10, basically, 2 inches down. Okay, so now we have to attach the bottom ones. And we're practically done other than the embellishments. Okay, let's see. Add our ruler here. 2 and 10. Got our corners on already. Okay, 1, 2, 3 16ths. 3 little notches over. 2, 3, and one more. Love how quickly this is coming together and how many different scraps I was able to use up. I love it. Okay. There we go. I know I'm going to put a photo on that one, right? Probably right there. I need to trim down this photo. Let me grab my photo trimmer here, personal trimmer. I'm just taking 1/4 of an inch off the top, and I need to do 1/4 of an inch, but I'm just going to do 1/8 of an inch off each side so I don't lose too much of, actually I'm going to go a 1/16 on that side and an extra 1/16 on this side. Okay, wonderfully that trimmer. Okay, look at the little tiny pieces it cuts off. I mean, seriously. Look at that. How thin is that? Perfect. And then I'll add that one right onto that mat. I'll do that one now. My mat might be off. Okay, so I think I'll put like that and that. Take off these magnets now, I think. One up and one down, perhaps, like so. I'm gonna go ahead and attach that one. Probably have made the cake a square one actually as well, and that would have given me more space. But maybe I'll put a journal box right over that one. And then that one can go like that. Let's grab a magnet again here. Okay, so I do have a couple of embellishments already, but I'm gonna grab things that I found while hunting through my stash, hunting through to use up my scraps. So maybe you'll recognize some of these very, very old stickers. I'm not even sure where these came from. So let's see, where can I put these? I think they need to go on a darker one, so perhaps this brown. We've got, what we got here? We've got some confetti pieces. Another confetti piece. They're so hard to see. Oh, I see a star. I can add that one in there. And one more confetti piece. I think that's all of them. Best way to find out is to peel this off. Oh, there's another gray one I missed. Which is nice because I was thinking I'd like to have something a little darker in there too to overlap that one. There we go. Sticker strip used up. How happy are we about that? I also found this. I think this came from one of the Christmas card kits, and I thought maybe it would actually work as one of the squares if I so wanted to. I liked this balloon. Let's see. We don't have anything really on this side. I think I want to put that there. I liked this Love You. I thought that was really nice, and I think it might be nice next to the, yeah, maybe down here. Let's look at that one. This is also from a card kit, I believe. The Mother's Day one, maybe, the Be Happy. I quite like that. The gray hearts would work here as well. Let's see, what are we thinking? Oh, right there, I think. Or do we want two of them? Yeah, I think I like the two. This way. Okay, we also had it's Party Time and Celebrate. This is from one of the, what was Happy Album, now Scrap Journal kits. So I like that. Let's see. One says today is the day, could also work. Let's see, let's put, yeah, right there. There was this little gift from a really old pack. Let's see. Will this work, I wonder? Maybe it's too small. Okay, and I liked this one that had hugs. I basically went through and picked out everything that had the colors I was using. So yellows and blues. And I also over here, see it on here? Just barely, okay. The 21. I thought maybe I could add some more, and maybe you need, oh, there's one more one down here. I can probably repeat that on this side. There we go. there. So I think I need something here too. Not sure what. Let's see what else we have. Green balloons I don't think would work. We got stars. We got It's Party Time. I could put Celebrate. Let's try Celebrate. This is a great way to use up a variety of stickers and embellishments that you have left over. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with that. Like I said, I can definitely, oh, I didn't attach that photo mat. I'll pop that one there. Definitely gives me lots of space still for set a title or journaling, which I think I will add in, but there we go. So let me now, let me see. It's kind of hard to see it all on here, so let me take it off here, and this will also help me determine if I have everything stuck down. Let's take the pages off. Oh, there we go, one more magnet, two more magnets. There we go. Now we can see it all closer together. So there we go. That'll be my 3 photos there. There'll be a photo here. And maybe I can add this just for you in here somewhere. You never know. Like that, perhaps. And there we go. I'm pretty happy with how that turned out. So now I just have to add my photos and we are done. So that is another episode of Use Your Scraps. I hope you'll join me for the next one. Until then, have a great day.